Hello, it's Easter 2025. Yesterday was Good Friday. This morning I've been hiding miniature Easter eggs and writing clues, cryptic clues to find them. So all around this area where we live are eggs hidden in school grounds and so on. And I ran into at least one other father who was doing the same thing. Anyway, so in the bigger world, war rages on in several places. The economies of the world are in free fall, stock markets are crashing. But right here, right now, I finally have taken delivery of a set of frets for the old Scow guitar you can see on the wall behind me, old Norwegian jazz guitar. These are strange phosphor bronze frets, which I'm going to fit to it. And those came from Stuart MacDonald, the guitar builder supplies, and also a fret saw, a fret slot saw, which is useful to have. Okay, what I wanted to talk about was two things really. The first one that comes to mind is the LP experience. So an acquaintance, a neighbour actually, handed me an LP, 12-inch vinyl, that his group has recently released for me to listen to and give him some opinions. So, because he knows that I bought a turntable a couple of years ago and that I've kind of got a hi-fi system now. So I brought it down here and I put it on and listened to it, and it was alright. The songs were quite good, but I found myself kind of very unsatisfied. Something was wrong. It didn't remind me of listening to albums when I was younger, when I'd go down to the town, Bolton as it was then, buy an album, copy of the New Musical Express, and come back and read every inch of the sleeve and then play the album. That was very involving, unless I actually hated the album, then it was not very involving. With this album I didn't hate, I just found that it was a collection of songs on subjects that I didn't care about and I wasn't drawn into, and they were kind of, each song had a different feel, different vibe, different tempo. The thing they all had in common, it was a guitar-based band, so they all had that in common. But it got me thinking that in the modern world of making music and getting it out to the public, which is now all about streaming services, Spotify and Tidal and all the rest, YouTube, TikTok, Bandcamp, SoundCloud. The modern world is all about one track, and also it's about what music gets put with films and onto video games, but basically it's about single tracks. It's not about albums, it's not about an album experience. And that's what I felt, I suppose, I wanted when I put on this 12-inch record that my neighbour gave me. Their band is called Acid Rain, by the way. And it just made me think, I'm making music all the time. I have some 300 songs or tunes out, mostly on YouTube and Patreon, but they're on SoundCloud, they're on Bandcamp as well. And I'm making single tracks, but I just thought maybe, if I think about it, there are two different sorts of music, there are two different commodities now, as far as I'm concerned. An album is I want an experience where I come down to the place where I listen to vinyl. I take the thing out of its sleeve, put it on the record player, run the dust cleaner around it, drop the needles, sit down, and I have at least 20 to 30 minutes per side to sit and listen to and not do other things. And I want that to be, now, these days, I want that to be in some way a cohesive experience, that at least an entire side should be of a piece. It should have the same feel, it should have something that draws me in and either tells a story or something. I mean, if it's an album of jazz, I want it to be an album of jazz, for instance, not one country track, a jazz track, a rock track. I don't now. Perhaps I wouldn't have cared so much when I was younger. But these days I have to actually make time to go and listen to vinyl and not do anything else. The other way I consume music is probably the most common way for everyone these days, and that is I just think, oh, I'll listen to a track of that while I'm in the kitchen doing something else. Maybe I'll play it twice. But I don't want to have to take something out of its cover, clean it, drop the needle, adjust the amp, sit down and try and find where it is on the album to listen to the one track. I really don't want that. So two different commodities. So I'm making single tracks. That's what I'm doing. So maybe I will now make an album which is all of a piece. And now I've thought about it, I really like that idea. It's a different project than the single tracks that I'm making. The single tracks that I've done in the last year, 6 months to a year, have moved towards progressive rock / jazz and experimental, and attempting to do a lot of improvised music with some of my own personality in it, and that's going okay. I'm not saying it's wildly popular, but it's going okay from my point of view. So I'm in the jazz rock territory with some experimental stuff, some found sounds, and some odd instruments like the goat horn. I keep saying sorry about that. So okay, now I will start this new project. I have started this new project already, and it's going to be a concept album. It's going to be progressive. It's going to have the English aesthetic, like traditional prog rock did, like Genesis did, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, yes, Jethro Tull, Caravan, Gentle Giant, Van der Graaf Generator. Okay, so it's kind of there. John McLaughlin and his various explorations, including the Mahavishnu Orchestra. Maybe mine will have lyrics. A lot of progressive rock didn't have. And so I've put down a first draft of the first track, and I've decided the concept of the album will be fish, or rather the River Thames and its fish and wildlife. There's an English aesthetic, that's pretty solidly English aesthetic, and I have now put out on Patreon for my members only at the moment the first track of drums, bass and acoustic guitar called the Stickleback Minnow. If this sounds cheesy, it's because it is, and of course it may evolve and the titles may change. So there you are, an announcement of what I'm doing right now musically. The other thing I wanted to talk about was kind of slightly more whimsical, I think anyway, and that is the economies of the world are changing. The world is changing because we have the internet, because we interact online. You look around you and everybody you know has got their face in a screen all the time. And for myself, a lot of my social life is online now. And it just occurred to me with what Trump is doing and the fallout from that, and the predictions from some thinkers, futurists, that the world economy will come to pieces and the monetary economy will be replaced by something else. And referring back to one of my earlier vlogs about the dancers at the end of time, the Michael Moorcock story set in the far future where there are no jobs, there's nothing for humans to do except throw parties, do light sculptures, enact plays and have dinner and have make presentations to each other. So I'm fantasizing about a world where we're all making YouTube videos for each other, and we're all chasing views, likes, and subscriptions. And I push that even further to the point where that becomes the future, if you like, social economy. So the celebrities are online celebrities. My camera battery ran flat. I'm not willing to wait, so I'm going to continue this vlog now on the telephone. As I was saying, in a future economy, it could be content creators. The world order, it becomes not so much to do with money, because money becomes less important in a world where AI and robotics are doing everything for humans anyway. And so if you think about it, then established content creators like myself will be the ones with the power. And frighteningly, if we imagine that, I mean, we're looking at 2035, 2045, 2050, I think. But if it was now, that would mean the president of the world would be Mr. Beast and the First Lady would be Leah Ash. It's an interesting fantasy. Anyway, that's enough vlogging for now. I'm going to get back to my music creation and to working on this guitar. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye.